She said, I apologize on behalf of the system. The system has failed you. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Woo! So I know I owe you guys this video. Like the after finding out we're pregnant, like the whole pregnancy journey, postpartum, and where we are now, right? But I have tried to record this video, like this is my sixth attempt. The first four attempts I couldn't go through without crying, without breaking down. The fifth attempt, I was, achieving great things. But Mayo was in the corner and he's like, no, this is not what happened. No, 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 this is not
So
what
today I'm
happened.
just here as the accurate truth keeper. Anytime she's like straying, because you need to remember that she was out for a lot of all of this that was happening. So anytime she's like straying, you just gently nudge her back.
Well, we are doing this video together. This one is speaking English is his own. Sidebar, our daughter is here. Just in case you hear sounds or cry, is my offspring. Yeah, so let's get right into it. Everything we found out we're pregnant, and first trimester was pretty cool because again, I didn't even know I was pregnant until we did the test. We had to wait the period and all of that. So I didn't even have like any morning sickness per se, except for one time. I think the only pregnant sickness I experienced or encountered was I think I was talking to my sister on the phone and I just gotten back from work. I was like, hey, go me, I'm very hungry. Then I could only take lemonade. That was the only drink I could take at the time. So I was eating, and for some reason, I just threw up. Like, that was when throwing up became like part of the pregnancy journey. You know how in Nigerian movie, once somebody throw up, they're pregnant. Oh, it's not like that, if I look at you. But so that was just it. For first trimester, it was just throwing up here and there, tiredness in the morning, which I sort of thought it was normal because I'm not a morning person, right? So yeah, that's it. And then we moved beautifully and graciously through first semester and then first trimester and then second trimester. So technically, you're supposed to be glowing when you hit second trimester, Abby. Well, I thought that was the case so until one sweet Tuesday in November.
Which, just to give like some background to your sweet day in November, the day we're talking about was a Monday night slash Tuesday. I remember that weekend on Saturday, me and Vivien took a walk to the park.
Yes, yes, yes.
And
yes,
I was
yes.
talking to my friend, my best friend Yinka, on the phone. It was a video call. And we're just looking at Vivien. I was like, yes, Tommy is really big. How many months is she? And I think it was a running thing with your mom as well, that she's carrying twins. And we really didn't think anything about it.
Yeah, that's true. So I remember that towards the end of my first trimester and start of my second trimester, whenever I'm talking to my mom she was always telling me that the size of my stomach that she's seeing, it cannot be one child. There has to be two. Now maybe the other one is hiding at the back. That's why when I go for scan, they don't used to see it. So that fateful Tuesday, okay, it was a Monday night slash Tuesday, I mean. My husband came back from work and normal now I'm like, oh, what are we having for dinner? He said just anything, like something that wasn't stressful. And I said, okay, let me just do oats and plantain. Disclaimer, I believe that oats and plantain, custard and plantain, like is a staple food, right? It's a normal food. It wasn't strange to you the first time you ate it, was it?
I don't remember.
Okay, so that was what we had that night. And we went to bed early, like normal. I'm always tired these days, so we go to bed early. Tell me why I woke up at, if I'm not mistaken, I think when I looked at the time, it was 12:50 something. Like it was almost one, in excruciating pain. Like I cannot even describe this pain. It felt like they were tying my intestines with something and just pulling it on both sides, like on both ends. It was so painful. Me, I was still forming, oh, let me just, sleep through it. I'll change my sleeping position. I'll do this, I'll do that. I went to the sitting room to lie down. I came to the sitting room, no way. I laid on my stomach, nothing was working. So, in all of the tossing and turning, grunting, and all, Mayo woke up and like, what was going on? I'm like, I'm in serious pain. I can't even explain it. He's like, oh, let's go to the hospital. Oh, let me stay with you here. I'm like, no, just leave me. Like I wanted, like I was in so much pain. I was having heat flush. Is that thing called heat flush or heat flash?
Flash.
I was having heat flash. So like I was even irritated as a person. I'm like, don't come close to me. I don't know what's going on with me. Like I'm in serious pain. On one hand, I'm like, is this Braxton Hicks? But when people describe Braxton Hicks, they don't say it's painful. Why is this one so painful? I'm like, anyway, to just go. After about 15, 10, 15 minutes, it wasn't working. My just called me, oh yeah, oh, this thing is not working. I need to, like, let's go to the hospital. And I remember that before we left the house, I threw up. Needed to relieve myself, but like nothing was helping matters. That's how we now carried ourselves and went to the hospital. Thank God the hospital isn't very far away from us. It's about a 20 minutes drive, 15 to 20 minutes, right?
Yes.
So we went in, and then standard procedure is that if you're pregnant, or when you're pregnant and going to the hospital as per emergency, they first have to send you to labor and assessment unit just to be sure everything is okay with you and baby. If they confirm everything is fine, then they will now send you back for triaging to where you go to, like from the emergency. So they sent us up there, and this thing was happening by at this time we got to the hospital say 1:20ish a.m., right?
Mm-hmm.
We went to the labor and assessment unit. In the pain, my crying, screaming, and everything, they kept us waiting for I think 30 to 40 minutes. That's even in the LAU before they attended to us. And my tie just had here. The lady that we met, the people on call were two nurses. The particular nurse that attended to us, for lack of a better word, like I'm being as, not even lack of a better word, I'm trying to be as modest and as kind as possible. That woman has no business being in the medical field. Not in fact, like there's nowhere around medicine that should take that woman on for a job or for anything. She just maybe be like working with the cops. In fact, you should just work anywhere else that is not a hospital. She had zero empathy, zero compassion, zero love, zero. Sure, I
It felt it,
digress.
it, it felt like we were like just like ticklish that were disturbing her quiet night, Because when we got to the LAU, there wasn't a lot happening there. There were a
Yeah.
couple of women who were waiting. It was a quiet night. So it just felt like you guys are disturbing me, please. I've checked and people are fine. Get out.
She just checked and said, oh, she can hear baby's heartbeat. Cleaned the monitor. That's it, that we should start going downstairs. Hey, God. I said, okay, no, wala. We went downstairs. They now triaged us to see a doctor. And I think the emergency here, they have two lines.
That's what I've been trying to look for since, so that you can see me
Oh,
looking
okay,
down.
yes.
And I think RAFTDI. There's one that is red. There's one that is green. So the red is for
You're about
life
to
and
die.
death emergency. They're going to take you in straight away. The green one is that, I mean, you're sick, but they can manage you.
Yeah, and that was where they sent us to. And in that green one, I'm sure that before they attend to you, like for them to attend to you now, they would literally see that you are one step away from death. So we're there when they triaged us. We waited for this thing. Now was happening, say by a few minutes to 2 a.m. We were there up until 5:40 before we saw a doctor. Like 5:40 a.m. Like day don't already break before we eventually saw a doctor. The doctor that we saw came in, gave they took some samples, right? And then took us somewhere and started pumping me with painkillers. They like as he was finishing, they were replacing it because I couldn't withstand the pain, like I was screaming and all of that. And then I was able to get a little bit of nap because the fluid was going through, so the pain was being controlled. And then in the morning, say somewhere between 9 and 10, the doctor came in and said, oh, that from the test that they carried out, they could see a bacterial infection, and that's what is causing the pain.
So,
Okay. Okay.
so the doctor came in and it's like all of your vitals are good.
Okay.
Like distance and everything looks good. what they're suspecting is that she had heartburn.
Oh, that was the first thing they said.
That's what they suspected, that it's probably heartburn. And then as an aside, it's like, oh, okay, and we're looking at the urine something, and some count or something is high, so we suspecting like a bacteria infection or something. Yeah.
Me, I'm like, okay, if that's the case, so what happens? It's like, okay, that we can, that I want, once this drip is done, they will discharge us and all, and we'll be able to go. I said, okay. Mind you, from that night, from that 1:20 ish that we left the house, I hadn't had water or anything because I couldn't literally take anything. So when they now said we could go, I now asked the nurse if I could drink water. She said, oh, yes, I can. And then she brought me water. And in the hospital here, there's a way they serve juice. Like, it's literally a cup of juice. So she brought me like one apple juice and then water. I said I could have it for energy since I had not eaten anything and I'm pregnant, blah, blah, blah. She was there sitting in front of me, like we were together. She, in fact, she literally gave it to me. I drank it. Before she would turn from my bed to leave the room, I threw up, zero exaggeration, half bucket of water. And guess what these people did? Oh my gosh, she threw up. They brought this, they cleaned me up, they did this, they did that. And then they said, it's still fine, like they were still going to discharge us. And I asked, I'm like, so what will I do? Like, can I drink water? She said, yes, maybe I should just hold on for a bit and I'll be able to drink water. Long story short, these people discharged us and said that we're going to send the reports to my family doctor and then give us prescription for an antibiotics for the so-called suspicion of a bacteria infection. We got back home. My husband went to get the medication.
Yeah, and that's when you also like got Gaviscon and stuff like that.
Oh yes, we got the
Because
medication,
they were
and based
suspecting
on
that
the
could be
suspicion of
heartburn.
heartburn, we got what's it called? Gavisco, right?
Gaviscon.
And I told my husband because we always go to the hospital every week. I mean, every other week. My doctor takes my samples. He does tests. I've not heard anything about anything being high or low or any bacterial infection. That means I'm not taking it. So we moved on. I was only taking the one for the heartburn, but it wasn't helping. Because anything I take, liquid, fluid, solid, whatever, once it passes my throat, I will throw it up. So I couldn't take anything. Then we just kept on struggling. I was in pain. I couldn't sleep. I legit did not sleep that night when we came back. That was Tuesday night. The pain was so severe again, and I told my husband, I'm like, this pain is not going down. Let's go to the hospital. I went back to the hospital that night, and the same thing. But this time when we went, they were going to try just to LAU first. And I told the lady, because I still had the ban, I'm like, I'm not going there. When I went there yesterday, they said everything was fine. Just carry me to go and see a doctor. I was here yesterday. She sent us still to that green side. We waited for another like 4 to 5 hours.
We still went to the LA.
No, the second day we didn't.
We did.
No.
Each time you had to go in as
Yeah.
a pregnant person's emergency room, you have to go to the
No,
LA.
no,
What
yes.
just happens
No,
is that
but
we
we
didn't
didn't
spend
go.
plenty of
No,
time
no, no,
there.
no, no. We didn't go the second day. Because I think when we told the lady, she was like, oh, you were here yesterday. I said yes. Then she now triaged us to the green side. That was where we went, and then we waited for nearly was it 5 to 6 hours or so. That we didn't go the second day. So we then went in before we saw the doctor, another hours of waiting. Like this time, the pain was so much. I was literally pulling my hair because I needed a pain greater than the pain I was feeling to calm me down. It was that bad. All the nurses in the hospital telling me, oh, what you're doing is not helping matters. Please try to be strong. Long story short, they saw us. And this time, even when they saw us, because of how packed the hospital is, the emergency, whatever, this time where they attended to us was sitting by the corridor.
Not the corridor, it was inside the room.
It was inside the room. Where Uncle Tommy came and saw us. Was that in a room?
It was in corridor.
Maybe that was not a room.
So it's a room like has like a divider or something. You can't call it corridor.
No, it was the first night that we had the divider something.
We were not in the corridor at any point in time.
He said I was out most of the time. So maybe in my outness, I thought it was the corridor.
No, you're not in the corridor.
Maybe that thing was a corridor. Okay, no problem. We're in a room. The same procedure, painkillers, blah, blah, blah. Now, this is day 2. My husband hadn't gone to work. I couldn't work as well. Like the both of us, what's the handicap? We were. Yeah. The both of us were just, We didn't even know what was happening, right? So after they finished pumping us with painkillers again, they did the same. They took samples, did the same test, did some tests. For this time, the doctor that came back didn't see anything. It was like everything looks fine. They would advise us to go and see our family doctor, right?
So it wasn't just his family doctor. Like they can't see anything as well. They don't see any. Everything is coming back and it looks good. So
Mm-hmm.
what they're going to do is they're going to give you home care.
Okay,
That way
yeah.
you don't have to come into the hospital again and also go and see your family doctor.
So they discharged us. So we came back home. Now this was when was this? This is Wednesday, right? Now we came back home on Wednesday. That Wednesday, we came back Wednesday evening, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah, we came back Wednesday evening. Then the home nurse was supposed to come in the next day. That next day, Mayor was going to go to work. We then reached out to our family friends to come and. I mean, he reached out to our family friends to come and stay with us. I'm just going to say a very big thank you to them. They literally took care of me like I was their child. These people have children. They left their children at home, like to do their stuff, and they came here to take care of me. And they took care of me so well, like bathroom times, helping me with just every and anything. And then the home care person came. That one even came unprepared. Like, don't even let me go there. She came to put drip or whatever. She didn't come with the needle. Like, it was just a very anyhow person. And then our family friend that was around, like the both of them changed it for the lady. Like, first of all, what are you here to do? I told him that at least if something will happen to me, let it happen to me in the hospital, not at home.